Twitter has been instrumental in American politics and elections. What role do you think X will play in the 2024 U.S. elections?
Well, our goal is to be as even-handed and fair as possible. Whether someone is right, left, independent, whatever the case may be, that the platform is as fair and as much of a level playing field as possible. And now in the past, Twitter has not been, because Twitter was controlled by far-left activists, objectively. They would describe themselves as that. So if sometimes people are like, well, has it moved to the right? Well, it's moved to the center. So from the perspective of the far left, yes, it has moved to the right because everything's to the right from the far left. But no one on the far left that I'm aware of has been suspended or, banned or de-amplified. But we're trying to be inclusive for the whole country and for other countries too. So there's a diversity of viewpoints, and free speech only matters if people you don't like are allowed to say things you don't like. Because if that's not the case, you don't have free speech, and it's only a matter of time before the censorship is turned upon you.
Do you think Donald Trump will come back to the platform? He recently posted on Truth Social about this podcast. Do you think
Truth Social is a funny name?
Yeah.
Every time you post on Truth Social,
That's the truth.
yes. Well, every time, like 100%.
It's impossible to lie. Truth Social.
I just find it funny that every single thing is a truth. Like 100%?
Yeah.
That seems unlikely.
I think Gödel will say something about that. There are mathematical contradictions possible if everything's the truth. Do you think he'll come back to X and start posting there?
I mean, I think he owns a big part of Truth.
Mm-hmm.
So
Truth Social. To clarify.
Truth Social.
That truth is a concept.
He owns Truth. Hope you bought it. So I think Donald Trump. I think he owns a big part of Truth Social. So, if he does want to post on the X platform, we would allow that. We obviously must allow a presidential candidate to post on our platform.
Community notes might be really fascinating there. The interaction.
Community notes is awesome.
Let's hope it holds up.
Yeah.
Like, again, in a political climate where it's so divisive and there's so many intensely viral posts.
Yes.
Community notes is like. It seems like an essential breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it's great. In fact, no system is going to be perfect, but the batting average of community notes is incredibly good. I've actually, frankly, yet to see an incorrect note that survived for more than a few hours.
How do you explain why it works?
Yeah, so the magic of community notes is it requires people who have historically disagreed in how they've rated notes. So in order to write a note or rate, and you have to rate many notes. Mm-hmm. And so we actually do use AI here. So we populate a vector space around how somebody has rated notes in the past. So it's not as simple as left or right, because there are many more. Life is much more complex than left or right. So there's a bunch of correlations in how you rate community notes posts, mm-hmm. Community notes. So then in order for a community note to actually be shown, people who historically have disagreed on a subject must agree in order for a note to be shown. That's the essential magic of it.
I mean, but it's fascinating because there's a pool of people that have disagreements, and somehow they collaborate through that process of disagreement to come up with context for. I mean, it's fascinating that it works.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense that if people who in the past have disagreed agree about something, it's probably true.
Yeah, I wonder, is there a possible somehow emergent thing there that could challenge Wikipedia? Which Wikipedia is a different kind of thing, which is more like permanent articles about things.
Well, Wikipedia is very hierarchical, whereas community notes is inherently not. There is no hierarchy. Like the acid test is, I can't change a community note if somebody put a gun to my head. So, community notes has all the code is open source, 100%. All the data is open source, 100%. So you can completely recreate any note in the system independently. So if there was any interference, you'd notice immediately.